Yo, what's up guys, it's Tony and today we're back with a brand new video. Today will be a quick video but super informational. Um, these are obviously like guns that like competitive players run, and the attachments for those. We'll be coming out with some like best class setups for each gun when I get all the attachments unlocked. One thing I want to talk about before we get into it though is that so this year's attachment system is a little bit different. So the one thing that basically changed was this, and it said if you press your, I don't know what it'd be on keyboard and mouse, but if I press my like touchpad on my PS4, you see this tree. So, um, you have to unlock certain guns to unlock other guns to unlock attachments for other guns. It's really, really just kind of ridiculous, but yeah. So, this is custom games. If you go into the CDL mode, you can have everything unlocked, so that's really nice. You can also have camos unlocked. So as you guys will see with this gun, I have the um, platinum camo. Uh, the camos only work sometimes for unlocks. It's kind of just depends. I mean, you kind of have to keep going in and out of it. But yeah, so we got that. Um, this class is for the TAC 56. In my opinion, this is the best AR. Some people would argue them for. I think otherwise, but this is the class I have on it currently. So, I use the Colas Flash Hider because of the recoil steadiness and stabilization. The Scar just kind of has weird movements. It's not really like consistent when you don't have something to kind of balance it. So this is the best. In between is just having this attachment or an attachment that does something like this. Also, as you guys go through the attachments, you will see that most of these attachments do the same thing. Um, for example, there is these two, same exact thing. Nothing changes. I mean, you can see. This one is the same thing, just vertical and horizontal or flipped. So, um, yeah, it's I mean it's not great the system we have, but I mean it is whatever. This one also kind of does the same thing again. So yeah. So that's the muzzle I use. The barrel, the best barrel out of these two, is this one for sure because of the damage range and bullet velocity. If you guys don't know what bullet velocity is, it's basically the time it takes to get from your gun to the person you're shooting at. So basically, it makes you kill faster. So if you're dying in pubs, and you're dying super fast, you don't know how, this is probably why. Um, moving on from that, the Slimline Pro is probably my favorite sight to use. I also kind of like this one. The Mini Pro is good too. If you ever tune into my streams, you'll see me using both. I kind of just swap in and out of it. That's probably the two best sights in my opinion. This one's a circle I don't really like. This one it's kind of just a bulkier version of this one. But yeah, so that's the sight I use. The stock is the TVX Line Pro. You could also use the Cardinal stock. Uh, it just depends if you want to be a little faster and you're kind of taking away some of that uh, aiming stability, which I mean could be an issue for some people. I think this one is better all around, just because it's a mobility stock, so you're able to move around the map and kind of just do whatever you need to do. For my grip, I use the Demo Clean Shot grip. So this grip I think is the best one out of the three, because the first one, this XRK response grip, it doesn't really do much. The flinch resistance is okay, but if you're running on my class, I have a perk called Focus. So reduce flinch when aiming down sights and extend hold breath duration. So I'm already reducing flinch. I don't need any more. But if you guys aren't running Focus, that might be something you want to run. And this other one is just recoil control. I mean, I can keep my gun straight, so I don't really need to use it. And this is just again aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. So this is probably the best overall gun, I would say. There might be some other people who use an underbarrel. I find it just makes it super heavy. So yeah, we have the Scar, and this is my M4 class. Now, again, I'm going to preface this by saying if you're playing pubs, there might be better classes. I will be coming out with those later. But for now, this is what we have for the M4. So, the gun is not showing up. That's one of the many game's glitches. But for the barrel, I have a 20-inch high tower barrel. Um, all the other barrels I've tried, I think this is the best one all around because you get bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil control all at the same time. The RF crown, vertical, horizontal. I mean, you could literally run any of these, and it would give you kind of the same thing. But that's the one I chose. And the lock grip precision 40. This is recoil steadiness, aim walking steadiness, and hip fire accuracy. The hip fire accuracy doesn't really matter. This is kind of an attachment I kind of flip flop back and forth on. The other one I'd recommend is maybe the F-Tac Ripper. I think that's a really good attachment. It is on the Scar. I know that. When I was running an under barrel, that's what I was running. You could use this for recoil stabilization. But yeah, right now I have the lock grip precision on. My rear grip is X10 grip, so the other grips are actually not bad. Uh, the only thing is this one has more minuses, the Phantom, but it does the same thing. Um, so this one is like a flinch resistant one, which I told you guys earlier. I'm running focus, so I don't really need that. And then Seiken is just recoil. This one is flinch resistance again. So yeah. And for the stock, I have the Tempest P80 Strike stock. So this stock is the best stock in here. The sprint speed is huge. Aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, aim down sight speed. If you guys haven't played S&D in this game, uh, once you do, you'll realize what I'm saying. There's a lot of crouch walking because you make so much noise, and even when you're crouch walking, you still make noise. But yeah, so this is probably the best one if you're looking for like super good recoil, like not having any at all really. I would recommend using the factory stock. I think this is the best for recoil. Um, this one you'd also make an argument too, but you're losing a lot for it. And the other stocks are kind of just like this one's good, but at the same time, you're this is more of an all-in-one, I would say. So yeah. And then for the next class we have, and we're going to the Vaznes. So you guys only see 3 attachments on my screen. You're probably wondering why. So basically, the more attachments you have on it, the heavier it is. And the Vaznes, you need to just be a little quicker, just because of the way the gun is. So we have the Lockshot KT6 for the muzzle. This is the best muzzle just because of the horizontal recoil, vertical. But there's yet again, like you guys will see, there's a lot of attachments that do the same thing. So you're just gonna have to maybe they feel different. I don't know. This is one I have on. I got it from pro players. So my stock is the crouch movement speed, sprint speed, and aim down sight. You'll kind of see a trend with that. This is probably the best stock out of all of these for all around. It just has the most positives with the least minuses. And yeah, so my grip I run is the True Tac grip. It's sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. And this is huge for guns like this because if you're up close, you want to be able to aim in fast. Their guns are going to be aiming in fast. I've played guns that aimed in faster than mine. So that is the best rear grip to run right now. The last class I'll be showing you guys. So I said the Scar was the best gun in the game. I was holding out. This, and it finally showed the gun, is the best gun in the entire game. And this is the best class for the best gun in the entire game. For pro players, it is GA'd now. But if you're using this in pubs, this is the best class. So starting off with the barrel, we have the BR209 barrel. So this barrel is really good for movement speed and aim down sight speed, which is huge on this gun because it already shoots super, super straight. The other ones are kind of just meh. There's a lot of negatives, like 4 negatives for one attachment you shouldn't really have, even if they're like minuscule. So going to the muzzles, I have the F-Tac Castle Comp on it, and that's one of those attachments that again just kind of does the same thing as the other ones. The Merc foregrip, if you guys played the original MW, you would know Merc foregrip was the best attachment in the game. So this attachment is insane. If you're not running this on your gun, do it. It will improve your recoil, everything. Your hip fire, like you can hip fire probably from like 15 feet away, and it would probably still hit. So yeah, that is hands down the best underbarrel to run. Again, I have the True Tech grip. We explained why we don't run the other ones. And then the stock is the Spetsnaz S10 stock. So this is the most pluses for the least minuses. Again, you're just kind of looking at them and just trying to figure out what you can take away from the gun without it like messing up the gun. So real quick, I'm gonna go through the rest of my class, not the gun. Now that I went through that with you guys. So I run a combat knife as my secondary. This is just so I can get places faster off breaks of S&D, things like that. I run a stun and I flip flop between a frag and a semtax depending on what game mode I'm playing. Playing S&D, I normally use a frag. When playing hardpoint, I normally use a stun. For our perk packages, overclock, which is the fourth perk, we won't even really be able to use because it's banned in the CDL setting. So I use double time, battle hardened, and focus. Sometimes I run fast hands if I have to run a trophy, but most of the time I am running the field upgrade dead silence. And as you guys know, that is a huge benefit in this game. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below what gun you want to see a class setup video for, and I will be making that for you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.